There was no sign up, and I told him to put a sign up and get a sign up.
Yeah.
Okay, so I came back now, an hour later. Not only is there no sign up in front, but they are not allowing people to come into the front anymore, only through back.
Did they let them come through the front for a while?
This morning they let me do it, yeah.
Are they losing the voters?
Yes.
Have you got anybody in the front?
There's one person supposedly out distributing. I couldn't find him, Jack Rosner. He's supposed to be a precinct captain, and I couldn't find him. The person I talked to that was a Democratic precinct captain gave me the count. So I was going up and looking at the binder.
How many total have voted? 55.
57.
57 have voted. And of those, how many have been pluses?
5.
5, okay. The machine did very well here in the primary, so it's to be expected that they'll do well.
They've got it all sewed up. The precinct captain everyone in the whole
He's elated.
precinct.
Well, he's doing a very good job, and he's
Yes,
he turned out 103.
Really got the organization.
Yeah. Do you have any problems?
No, not really, but I'd like to have more of these in Spanish.
Of the Spanish?
Yes.
Why don't you take mine? I don't
I have
care to
extras.
use it.
Do you have extras? I really
Yes.
do, because you can't reach these people if you put it
Fine.
always in English.
Fine.
And I need more credentials. I
You
don't
need
have enough.
credentials too,
Right.
okay. What about manpower?
I'm fine. I'm set up well.
I noticed the machine has more than enough too.
Someone just relieved me,
Good. You only have
who I
2
didn't
now.
expect. Very fully.
Put that on there to replace or something. So I'll if I get up there and start talking to him, I might forget exactly.
All right.
Okay, to replace
Except
Terry
it's a
Foley.
great replacement because, Jim's going to go in there at 3.
Yeah,
work
he's
the rest of the
Jim's fine.
afternoon. And
He
Terry
really
was a
needs
little
somebody.
girl from
Jim's going to
way
get there about 3 o'clock. Okay.
Yeah, I just spoke to him. He's, right on.
Margaret Davis. Does he know who that is?
Do you need a ride? All right, just run out there.
Okay, put it on. Your credentials. Your literature. Stand in the corner and pass it out. Go in the precinct or something.
I think I'll probably need it inside, at least at first, to make sure that people aren't voting 3 times.
One of the Spanish people, and I would appreciate it if you could put that on your schedule, because they're doing a land office business for us over there, and they think you're great. The only thing they have against you, Bernie, is that you got a little money.
Yeah.
We had 32 people voting, and we had 8+ voters.
Have you started running votes yet?
Yes, we have.
Good. Good.
Started quite early, and one of us stayed behind to pass out literature across the street. You can see people from blocks coming, and then we've also been checking off the names,
Good.
watching what's happening.
How's your manpower situation? Kind of light? Do you have enough people
Coming out to
working?
voting,
No,
or-
I mean staffing.
Yes, I think we could use one extra one for the passing out the literature, and one running and one in watching the voting going on.
We hope you'll vote in the Concord election today. The Democratic precinct captain has his job at stake. And I went up there, and our signs have been torn down about 3 times. And I got upset about it, and I said to him, he was standing in the doorway, I said, our signs have been torn down 3 different times, and I want you to know that I hold you responsible. Either you did it, or one of your workers did it. And he got so angry. He got absolutely livid. He started calling me a faggot, started screaming. This is while everybody's listening. Everybody, is just turning around. And I said, now listen, mister, now that's slander. And I want you to know that I am going to sue you for this. I'm an attorney, and you can be damn sure that my threat is going to be carried out. And he was a little bit quieter after that. I started to go out, and he was standing, he came up to me with his cohort, and he started talking a little bit more gently. And I said to him, listen, I'm not going to do anything if you do 2 things for me. You promise not to tear down any more of our posters, and that you apologize for what you said to me. He said, okay, to the first one, and then he went into the most profuse apology. It was the most incredible scene. He said, I am, so sorry, I lost my head, and people call me that all the time. In front of everybody. In front of absolutely everybody. It was just wild.
In the 48th Ward, we have much better coverage than we had before, particularly in the somewhat Republican areas in the northwestern part of the ward. We had a very good canvass there, comparatively speaking, and our plus votes seem to be coming in. In U, we did not have the coverage, which we thought we should have had, that there is a Weisberg vote there if the area was worked. We do not have reports as to what the coverage is. We're sending people out to see what the total votes are. In the middle of the 48th Ward, which is primarily Appalachian, lower economic white, we have only sparse coverage, but each precinct is covered. We know the Democrats have a large vote, particularly in 38, and by 11/10/50, the vote was already at 150, whereas the total vote for the whole primary had been 200, which is indicative, I think, of a strong organization vote coming out. I would say at this point that unless the 44th Ward picks up, the key to our winning or losing will be the results that we can get out of the top part of the 48th Ward. And if we cannot get a larger vote out and the 44th Ward does not pick up along the east side, then we will lose the election.
Mark, where's your marked up 44? Okay, take it to the right.
Going around looking these signs out, suppose you can see right now. He says, if you want to fight for this, he says, in court, he says, we'll fight. He says, I don't feel you have a job to pull those posters off. I think that's the city's job. He says, well, when they get through in the area here, he says, I want all these signs off.
All right. Well, let's go talk to him.
If you want to fight it, he says, we'll fight it anytime you want.
Go ahead. I'll take care of the gentleman with the signs.
So I need one more man. Is it possible?
I don't know. Call that one to headquarters as another request. I will tell them when I'm in there, but I won't be in for 2 hours now.
Okay.
Because I've got to cover my own
Yeah,
area.
I mean, he was doing so. I was.
Yeah. Well, he's seen that we're here.
And he called us the Communist Party because we were wearing out.
It's 4 o'clock, and you know, with so little time to go, I think I better stick here in case something big breaks.
Do you mind if they stay up and you don't tear them down until after the election?
Will your people
Well,
see
you've
that
already
they're taken down?
You already talked to Kennedy. Did he tell you he would?
You people have dirtied up the neighborhood. That's all I'm concerned with. I told the Tucho people the same thing.
Silly and arbitrary rule about to the effect that we couldn't make out our runner slips in the polling place because that was electioneering, and that's silly. And what you do when somebody tries to enforce a silly rule on you, you get somebody like me that's sort of middle-aged and has got a shirt and tie on, as a lawyer or somebody like that. And because usually the precinct worker, our precinct worker, is a little intimidated because you know, they haven't been through it before and so forth. And so you take somebody nice and respectable like me, and I go there and I break the rule. And then everybody mills around and says, you can't do that. And I say, but I'm doing it, you know, and I just go ahead and do it. And then they mill around some more, and then they don't do anything about it. And then you turn to the precinct worker and say, see how easy it is?
Called a communist, a fascist, a subversive, the mafia, by the Democratic precinct captain, by several of the ward organization people, and by the election judges.
Why?
Essentially because we're trying to adhere to law and order here today. We're trying to see that nobody tells the voters how to vote, that the election judges don't tell the people what to do in the voting booth. We've had one incident where a woman who asked for assistance went into the booth with one of the judges, and while she was reading the writing on the bottom of the machine, the judge pulled down 2 levers for her. She came out and she was crying. She was talking to me. There's nothing I could do about it because one of the other judges quickly came over to the aid of the first judge and stated that I was lying. Meanwhile, the woman bore me out, but she's a very old woman. I didn't want to start any kind of trouble. Another woman told me that she also came in asking for assistance. She wanted to vote for Harvey and for Weisberg. And when she asked me for assistance and I got the judges to help her, they surrounded her and started telling her how to vote and which levers to pull down. And she wanted to pull down Weisberg and Harvey. And they kept telling her what to do, and finally they shoved me out of the way. She finally came after she voted. She voted the way she wanted to. After she voted, she came over to me and she said, you ought to get out of this building. This is like another country. She said it was like a really frightening thing. And then she got into the limousine and she went downtown.
Ward, 47th Precinct. Tucson, 112. Weisberg, 137. Hennigan, 85. Harvey, 113. 130. 109. 57. 86. 55. 31. 70. Not meaning to spoil anyone's appetite, but the 48th Ward, 21st Precinct, Tuchow, 218, Weisberg, 25, Hennigan, 203, and Harvey, 53. 48th Ward, 48th Precinct, Tuchow, 64, Weisberg, 26, Hennigan, 51, Harvey, 30. We finally got a good one. 46th Ward, 27th Precinct. Tuchow, 74. Weisberg, 146. Hennigan, 53. Harvey, 136. The 48th Ward, 38th Precinct. Tuchow, 258. Weisberg, 88. Hennigan, 238. And Harvey, 89. There are 10 precincts left to be counted.
Okay, I'm told that there's a very latest total and that Alderman Bill Singer will read it for us.
The newest totals are Bennett Harvey, 12,762. Tom Hennigan, 13,093. Marty Tuchow, 13,473. And Bernie Weisberg, 15,373.
That you really did a terrific job. You scared the pants off of the ward organizations in this district, and they worked like that. just know that they worked like the devil to beat us, and they put out their maximum effort. And don't ever let anybody tell you otherwise. And you beat them.
You did more than that, because I think also, as we've all realized from the beginning of this campaign, we weren't just working for a con seat. We were working to build on the marvelous results that Bill Singer's campaign got, and we've succeeded in doing that. And we've succeeded in doing something I hope that will have some importance beyond this election and opening up more of this part of the city for independent politics, or what I like to call the politics of choice.
I want to say that, this makes me feel, better than any, it makes me feel great. Because it wasn't just a fluke. It was that a lot of people cared.
What really amazes me and delights me is that this is it's sort of like the beginning, I hope, of a tidal wave. We're winning, we're beginning to win significantly elsewhere, not only here. So I think it's a very significant victory for independent politics, as well as for Bernie Weisberg. I'm delighted, and I'm amazed.
Everybody's amazed. It's just another dent we're wearing away at them, that's all. It's just a little dent. It's not a big dent. We got to make some bigger ones. It's a small dent, but we're on our way.
It means a total reformation, I think, of politics in Chicago. It shows that the mayor has lost his touch with what the people of the city want. And we're on the road. And they may want to get a couple more of my tires, but I'm willing to sacrifice a couple of tires for victory anytime.
They're in grave shape. It means a lot of people are going to be fired out of jobs. The first problem is that a number of precinct captains who don't deliver their precinct are traditionally fired both from their precinct and from their job in City Hall. It's going to mean that new kinds of candidates will be supported by the machine in this area. They don't continue to support very bad candidates if they lose with them.
Okay, what's it all mean?
What it means is that a lot of people in this city are growing up, and people working together for principles are showing that they're mature enough and steadfast enough to build a democracy the way a democracy ought to be built, and we don't have to take the dictates of a lot of miserable patronage-style politicians who have been choking this city and wrecking this city for 3 generations. We're getting to be too good for them, the people of this city, and that's what it means. We're growing up.
This independent stuff is just a myth. Let's fix the election and get it over with. Who the hell are Tomei Norton, Weisberg and Gertz, Isaac Raby, Shackman and Smith? These are names that I've never heard before. You won't find them in Democratic folklore. These are people you'll never find kissing Richard Chase behind, though George Dunn keeps coming back for more. Here's one thing you better understand before your hopes turn into sand. If the machines break down, then take a look around. You'll see Eddie Barrett counting votes by hand.